Hey guys, and welcome to episode 144 of the Upper LA podcast. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick.
How's it going, Scott?
It's going great. Thank you so much for asking.
No problem.
Also joining us is Tyler Svitolsky.
Hi.
You're not going to ask me how I'm doing?
You just said you were fine.
He might have changed.
Also joining us is Adam Franey.
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Hi guys.
I got you right here.
Hey.
Your shirt. What is that?
The White Dragon Noodle Bar.
Blade Runner, bud.
Dude.
Let's run down some of the topics we're going to discuss on this week's episode. As usual, we're going to talk about the last film we watched this week, as well as a few news topics. We got a couple trailers this week. We got Bohemian Rhapsody, a little Queen biopic there. We got the Happytime murders.
We're doing that, eh?
Melissa McCarthy.
So we stuck with that.
Muppets.
Okay.
We got Black Klansman from Spike Lee. Just won some awards at Cannes Film Festival. And we got The House That Jack Built from Lars von Trier. So we're going to get to those in a bit. As well, if you do like this episode, please leave a like on it. Leave a comment below in the comment section. And, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, we appreciate the support there. With that out of the way,
Yeah.
Breach.
Tim. What do you
My last scene.
Yes.
After being released from jail, Cindy, a transgender prostitute, tries to track down her drug-dealing boyfriend, who she has heard was cheating while she was away.
Interesting.
This
Nice
is
little-
2016's Tangerine, written by Chris Burgock and Sean Baker, directed by Sean Baker, writer-director of The Florida Project.
Oh, okay.
Starring Katana Kiki Rodriguez, Maya Taylor, Carrie
Badass.
Karagulian, and James Ransone. James Ransone,
Tie-in.
who was just cast as a grown-up version of a character from It.
Yes.
He's
Wire
also
Season 2?
He's also in Wire Season 2.
He's also in Mr. Right.
He's also in Mr. Right.
He's also in Inside Man, which is tying to Black Klansman.
We just skipped over what
Same
I said.
director.
Lots of tie-ins right now.
Lots of tie-ins going on. So this stars several actual like real life
Unknowns,
transgendered
yeah.
characters. Since Maya Taylor has since done a couple other acting things. I think Katana's only done the one role so far. This movie's incredibly okay. I should say it's all filmed with several different iPhone 5s, 7s. One of them.
I'm sure with a few filters. and
Yeah.
different
They have
lenses.
rigs for the phone to sit into, so it's not quite like super shaky, but it's a little bit shaky. Ty, you would hate this movie.
Oh, what's the
It's
point?
Very slice of life.
Oh.
Takes place over probably like a 12-hour period.
Oh, no.
There's still some plot. There's some
There's some
still
stuff. Yeah. It's mostly just like there's a side plot with the taxi driver that doesn't really connect to the main story until like a little bit
that
later.
just
I'm
sounds
like,
terrible.
who's this character? Like, I don't know what is going on with this. That is weird.
That was fucking weird, yeah.
But yeah, it's a good movie. I liked it. Definitely like just very.
It just felt real.
It felt
just like
so real.
super realistic.
Like I don't know. It just felt real because there's like scenes where like Cindy, who's the friend that just got released from prison, she's like trying to find out who her boyfriend was cheating with, and she finds like this one girl that she thinks is the right person, and she's like beating her up in the street, and there's like people like down the street like watching it because they don't know that's like a movie being filmed. So like I'm like people would probably watch this in real life in Florida. They'd probably be like, "What's going on here?"
Just
Yeah, it just felt so
Florida.
real.
Just another
It
day in
was
Florida.
insane, and like there's a big confrontation at the end at like a donut shop, and there's like a bunch of people like yelling over each other, and it's just like a super real fight. Like I feel like I've seen a drunk fight like that
Just like
happen
that.
at night in like Toronto, where
late
like
night donut shop.
everyone has like their own view. No one's really listening to what the other person's saying. They're all just yelling stuff, and I'm just like, what's going on?
It's 3 a.m. at
Yeah.
Pizza. Everyone's hammered and
Yeah.
just fighting each other.
Yeah. Classic.
It's good though. Yeah,
What would you rate it then?
I'm gonna give it a light 4.
A flight for
A
it?
light floor. A light floor. A light 4.
A light floor.
It is fairly
That was fine.
meandering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
I remember that.
meandering. Especially the
Remember,
taxi driver, because the taxi driver character is in it a lot,
Yeah.
and you don't really know his tie-in until like the last like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're following his character. I'm like, I don't really know
Yeah, I
where this
remember
is
that. I'm
going.
like, why am I watching this taxi?
Yeah,
driver?
like I thought he was the boyfriend at
drive
first,
around.
because like she was looking at her boyfriend, and then immediately went to like his character driving people around. I'm like, oh, he's the boyfriend. And,
It'll tie back in somehow.
yeah, and then it kind of does at the end. But yeah, it's a very interesting movie, I will say. Definitely see where Like he's definitely grown as director, I'd say.
Oh, for sure. I think Florida Project is like
he got
like
really
Tangerine.
good. Yeah,
Florida Project.
which is weird because it feels like
So
there'd be
good.
more movies between those two to get where he was in Florida Project, but it's not. He went from Tangerine directly to that, and I'm like, this is a big step up.
That's true.
It's crazy.
But it's good.
Cool.
Wow.
Ty, what do you got
Solid
for us this
breaker.
week?
Oh, I know you guys are always riveted for my reviews of the week.
You're making that face, so just spit it out.
Did you watch anything?
I did.
Oh fuck.
You guys want to take any guesses?
No.
No.
You're an
Nothing?
enigma.
Okay.
So.
All
I
right.
guess nothing, or not a movie. That's my guess.
Good guess. It's a 2011 flick.
It is a flick.
It
Flick.
is a
That's
flick.
good. That's good news.
It is.
It's amazing.
I've passed the first test.
2011. Wait,
Unless you don't know your terminology.
is it the right?
No. So a SWAT team becomes trapped in a tenant-run building by a ruthless mobster and his army of killers and thugs.
You son of a bitch! You watched
Gotcha!
that?
Got him.
I was the Raid
Got him.
Redemption.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's what it's called, the Raid Redemption. Apparently.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried to find the Raid 1 and I was like, well, this is the Raid Redemption. This must be the third one. I'm like,
Not watching.
where's the Raid 1? Did some research and all of a sudden Raid Redemption was 7 years before the Raid 2. I'm like, well, that makes no sense.
Time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no time travel.
Oh.
I was very upset by that.
Iko
Yeah, Iko Uwe.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't practice that at all. And then a bunch of other people. Honestly, I spent all my time practicing that first name.
I forget the other, like the villain, I guess. The villain guy.
Yeah, that
dog or something.
Ray Satepi.
Yeah.
Is he
crushed
French?
it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pretty close.
Joe Taslim, who I've seen before in a couple flicks.
Yep.
Bunch of other names that I don't.
Let's not beat around the bush. This is just a balls to the wall action movie.
This is a balls to the wall action movie.
Lots of fighting, shooting, gunfights, death.
Pretty much
violence.
what you'd think would be a perfect Switty film.
Yes.
Minus the
Minus-
one flaw.
Well, fun
Immediate.
fact.
Anna Kendrick is not.
You watched it dubbed, I would imagine.
Fun fact.
It's a book.
Where I watched it, it was impossible to switch to subtitles. Like it was on like it was like where I'm watching on a thing, like the remote that I'm watching on had like two buttons. So I'm like,
Scott is
I don't know
gonna
how
lose
to
his
get. I don't know
mind.
how to get this. And so I watched it dubbed because I
gonna say-
couldn't watch.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't watch the subtitle version because I couldn't get to it.
I thought you were going to say you watched it like
you
just
watched it
straight.
That's what I thought.
I watched
I
it
was
just
gonna strangle you.
You're just
straight. Yeah.
You're just like, oh yeah. Just
watching
can't
it, it's like,
understand what
I
they're
have no
saying.
idea what's going on.
And all of a sudden they just start fighting. I'm like, sure, I bet something just happened. Yeah, so I watched it dubbed.
God.
Was really weird
Yes.
listening to a bunch of white people dub this movie. Did
Ah.
not like that at all.
Honestly, you probably didn't miss much. Like,
yeah.
It's an action movie. The talking isn't really.
Some of the translation I felt was a little bit off. Didn't some of the words didn't fit. Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, this was
You're a meanie head.
it was stuff like that. It was like words where it's just like they wouldn't have said that.
Don't do that with the second one because there is a plot. The second one's more of like a Godfather, like gangster.
Yeah.
The second one is very plotted.
Yeah.
So this one was just purely action,
Kind of, pretty much.
adrenaline, just 100% just going, and then the second one is not so much.
No, it was a ton of action.
Oh, there's lots of action.
Yeah.
There's better
Okay, good. Don't
It's
scare me
2
like
hours
that.
and like 40 minutes too.
There's just
It's
more
long.
to it. There's just more to it.
Shit. Okay.
It's like
Well,
Infinity War long.
buckled in for that one. Yeah.
What'd you
first
think
one.
of it? What'd you think?
First
of it?
one. Was great. There's one scene in particular that like I just loved. I don't think it was. I'm looking back, and I don't think it was one take, but it felt like it.
A lot of the
It's-
fights felt like
There was
that.
some long
yeah.
takes, I think.
Like yeah, in this one in particular, I felt like there were long takes to it. It's that one scene where one of the SWAT members has been like just destroyed, and so he's like carrying him down the hallway, and like he puts him
Yeah.
down, and there's just that one epic scene where he just goes like in this T-shaped hall and just destroys like 30 people.
Yeah.
And the guy's like crawling with a knife. And he just goes and like just stabbing people as he crawls down the hallway.
Yeah.
I love that. Like
Remember that.
Was that the fight scene where he put someone's head or neck through like the broken door?
yes, it went just like right through the
That one stands out for me.
Yeah, that one. Oh, but yeah, it was just really good. At first I was kind of confused as to what was going on. Like, I still don't understand why they went in there. Like, I get like what like the old guys, like the lieutenant's motivation was, but it just seemed too coincidental that they were going in there for that reason, and there was also that other side story.
It doesn't matter.
It just seemed like it was way too much of a coincidence. Like, that really bugged me. It's just like that. But also, this. It's like, But other than that, that was like the only thing I didn't like about it, was just that one part of it.
But why are they there in the first place?
Yeah, like, they're there for this reason, but like...
It was thin, you know, the reason was thin.
Yeah.
But,
if they had stuck to one reason, I would have been okay with that, but the two reasons were just too perfect for both of those characters. Like, it was just like, that's weird for them both to be in this one place for that one reason. So I didn't like that. But other than that, the movie was fantastic. The martial arts scenes were fucking fantastic. Even towards the end, where just like they're fighting in a kitchen, I think, and like it was just like a giant like open area of just people just destroying each other. Yeah. I loved it. Yeah.
Love the kitchen.
Get ready for Raid 2.
Oh, I am ready.
I like it better.
Raid 2 is better. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Bud.
Also tie into a movie that we're not talking about, Mile 22.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Ego Away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah.
But anyways,
what would you rate it?
If I had to rate this film,
like you're up,
which I think I have to. You guys make me do that every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to give this a heavy 4.
Nice.
Heavy 4.
Heavy 4.
I think I'd be 4 as well.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Just. Yeah, I don't think like for some reason there's nothing wrong. Like there's nothing bad about it. It's just it's not a sweetie 5. It's so close.
The subtitles.
It's a lot of great action.
A lot of great action.
You can't say there's a lot of like emotional moments or anything like
Especially with white people dubbing over what they're saying. It's like I feel like that was lost a lot too.
Yeah.
Like there was no heart put into it.
Something was lost there.
Yeah.
Gross.
Adam, what do you got for us this week?
I got something for you.
Better than Switty watching The Raid?
No.
There you go.
1992.
What piece of shit did you watch?
The year I was born.
Not
The
a great
centuries-old vampire Count Dracula comes to England to seduce his barrister Jonathan Harker's fiancée Mina Murray
Wilhelmina.
and inflict havoc in the foreign land. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
All right.
I'm meaning to watch this. Never seen it.
Tim?
Oh, I've seen it.
Of course you have.
No.
That's very interesting.
Keanu.
Tie into the other movie we're not reviewing.
I think we might have picked the wrong movies to review.
Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder, super tie-in to the other movie.
Oh shit, yeah.
Gary Oldman as Dracula, obviously. Anthony Hopkins as Van Helsing. Sorry, bud. You might love this movie, I think.
I think I will love this movie.
It's pretty bad, so...
Oh my god,
I'm gonna bury the
I'm in!
I heard it's just boring, like...
It's a weird
Is it dull?
movie.
Like...
Yes.
And it's Keanu shit?
Keanu's real bad.
Like, do you like
shit
it?
in it?
Sorry, do you like
No,
it?
I don't like it.
Okay.
I like Gary Oldman.
Okay, I was
Me
gonna
too.
ask.
At parts.
Did he go like full like
went
Leon?
full retard
He went
at
full
times.
Full method. He was drinking blood for like 3 months.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, he's very sick.
What was that? Leon the Professional? Like when he was like so like
Oh, yeah,
fucking nuts.
yeah,
Did he
yeah.
do that? Like was he like that kind of
He's
nuts? in this?
Dracula. He's Dracula, so...
Like he went like 110%.
He went crazy back in the
He was like
90s.
overacting.
I love
it. Like it was a lot of like, welcome,
Yeah.
like cringe,
Yeah.
like
Fake Transil.
accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like when he's more
I want
subdued,
to
he
drink
was
your blood.
probably better, I'd say. Yeah, I was astonished it won 3 Oscars.
What?
Yeah, best costume, best makeup,
Yeah.
Those ones make
best
sense.
sets or something.
Best
I mean,
production
those
design.
I get. I can see that, I guess. It's not like...
And then boom, best actor.
It's definitely
something.
Gary Oldman's second best role with old man makeup. That's for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
His second movie with old men?
His second best role.
Just second role.
Darkest Hour is probably the best.
But has he done more than that?
No. That's what I'm saying.
So his second best.
He's very, very Count Chocula.
Yeah.
He's very... And Keanu
It's
does
very
not
Adam
help.
Sandler Hotel Transylvania.
I wouldn't know, but probably. Keanu is unwatchable.
Yeah.
Who does he play?
Atrocious.
He plays a British man.
Yeah.
Just like
that's
some
all you
guy
need
who's
to
just
know.
in there.
He plays Mina's brother? Is that it?
No.
No.
I don't think
Someone-
so. Cousin, maybe? It was such a convoluted, weird movie. Like, he's going to spend time with Dracula. I don't even
Or
really
is he like
know
Mina's
why.
love interest?
I don't remember.
Yeah, there's a love triangle between him and Dracula.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's a classic thing.
right. Dracula's, like, shaving him at one point and, like, takes the straight blade and, like, like licks his blood off.
Why was Dracula shaving Keanu Reeves?
There you go.
I must for that moment this movie.
For that moment alone.
I must see this.
So you can lick the blade. That's the only reason.
Like there's weird, crazy, psychedelic like orgies. So Keanu just stumbles into parts of his mansion with like these like vampire orgies.
Yeah, it's like
it's
coming down from like the ceiling at one point. There's
yeah.
like naked women on the ceiling. I'm like, what is?
And it's like jumping back to Winona Ryder, who's like this rich girl with her best friend, and Dracula takes a boat to London to see her, and then in the daytime he doesn't look like the super old man makeup Dracula. He looks like Johnny Depp. He's just like
he's got like a tall hat, really small round glasses.
Yeah, like young Gary Oldman.
Yeah,
looks almost serious black, like if he got cleaned up or something. And then, but when night comes, he goes back to like, "Welcome to my humble abode." It's like cringe Dracula voice.
Becomes smoke at one point. I'm pretty sure, right?
Turns into smoke. He like, woof. And does that. He turns into like a man bat werewolf version of a bat, and like
what is this, Van Helsing?
I think you're missing the director on this one too.
I didn't want to say it, Tim. I was gonna gloss right over it, bud.
Who was it?
Francis Ford Coppola.
Wow.
Made my favorite war movie, Apocalypse Now, and The Godfather.
And your favorite Dracula movie.
And my favorite Dracula movie, I guess.
Dracula Untold. You guys didn't see that?
Probably better than that, actually. Yeah, I guess I really only like Gary Oldman at times, and the makeup and like the costumes and stuff. Like it looked cool. Anthony Hopkins wasn't bad. He was having a lot of fun as Van Helsing. He chops off a female vampire's head and like, look at it, look what I've done, and like swings it around by like the ponytail and like hucks it off a cliff. He's like, ah! Everyone in this movie is on crack. Francis Ford Coppola, like I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Apparently Keanu and Winona Ryder were married at the time. I didn't know this. Did you guys know that?
No.
Yeah.
What?
Bizarre.
Cringe.
Bizarre. And Francis Ford Coppola says he regrets casting Keanu. He just went for like the hot star. Keanu said he like hated it and admitted he was bad in it. Imagine Keanu's voice with a British accent.
Yeah, trying to do a British accent.
Like literally like, I'll be staying for 30 days, Count Dracula. It's like literally like Surfer, but with like a slight British.
Yeah, that's actually better than the movie.
I'm not exaggerating. That's exactly what it's like. We'll watch clips after.
Where did you watch this?
On Netflix. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
I have it if you want.
On Blu-ray.
Think about it.
I'll be borrowing that.
Think about it back then. Like imagine if you're like, oh, Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh my god.
He's gonna do like a Dracula movie.
That's
you
all I
kidding
can think about. I was like,
this like Gary Oldman
with Anthony Hopkins.
Like Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
This is gonna be incredible.
Keanu was like huge at the time.
Yeah.
Insane.
Laptop sounds like it's gonna explode.
It sounds like it's gonna
It's
explode.
blew it on fire.
Apologies if
yeah,
it sounds
I guess
terrible.
I'll give it a heavy 2. It's very, very fine.
Yeah.
It's as good as like Deadpool, I guess, for Tim.
Yeah. First one.
The first one. Embargo.
Is it watchable?
Just watch scenes. Just watch clips on YouTube.
Yeah, you
honestly.
see it.
No, I need to see your Blu-ray.
It's a spectacle. You need to see Keanu doing the British accent. You need to see Gary Oldman playing Dracula. You need to see Van Helsing.
How long- is it
aka
long?
Hopkins.
It's long too. Yeah, right.
Well, it's like it felt like 3 hours, but it's like 2. Yeah.
Is it not over 2 hours?
No.
Oh, fuck. It feels long then.
Wow,
Felt
I
like
might have
7
to watch
hours.
it.
I'm pretty sure I watched it over a couple days because I fell asleep or something. I think.
Multiple times.
It's just weird.
Well, I'm gonna jump in.
love
I watched 3 movies,
You monster.
Scumbag.
but they're all documentaries, and they're all Netflix
Oh,
documentaries,
boring.
and some of them are short.
Mm.
So I started off with the Wolf Pack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys know anything about it. It's like the story of like these like 6 brothers who are like holed up in this New York City apartment.
Heard of it.
Their like father like basically like
Oh yeah.
trapped them
Yeah.
in there, like
Yes.
didn't allow them to leave. They like grew their hair out super long, and their only like access to the outside world was like watching movies. So they like filmed all these like home movies, and it's just this bizarre kind of like documentary about these kids and like them sort of gaining some independence and like filming this new movie and stuff, and it's bizarre.
They like reenact Pulp Fiction or something, or Reservoir Dogs?
Reservoir Dogs, yeah. They sort of intercuts with their like home movies,
Interesting.
and they're like doing scenes from Pulp Fiction and stuff.
Very interesting.
Like, there's the scene
Dark
where
Knight.
in Dark Knight, there's the scene where one of them's like dressed up as like the Joker, and he's like going crazy and doing like a Joker like monologue where he's like staring at the camera like this, and it's okay. The only problem is I wish they delved more into like the psychology of like their dad literally trapped them there for like 20 years and like didn't let them leave more than like a couple times a year, and like shit like that in this tiny apartment.
It's insane.
It didn't delve into like the dad enough.
You wanted to see like more like the room.
I want some resolution.
Like,
I want some more like. It was more like just kind of following their like life and stuff like that, and sort of learning more about each person and stuff like that. But I don't know. I wish it was it was a little bit deeper. It would have been a little bit more interesting
That's interesting.
if there was more of like a twist or something, or like
Yeah.
there was more like there was a confrontation or something, like the dad like apologizing or something like.
Yeah, some sort of climax.
It never.
Was
I
it
mean,
climax?
I don't want to spoil it, but
Okay.
Not very deep though.
yeah, it's still really interesting. It's still really interesting. I'd give it like a heavy 3. Second one I watched was called Long Shot.
Oh, this is one that I last seen a while ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, this is the
I didn't think any. What
this
is
is the ball game one.
I'm gonna say it's like true crime. I guess this guy was accused of murder, and it's sort of, story of what happened basically, and his story. That's all. Honestly, that's it.
I think it's like 40 minutes.
It's 45
And
minutes.
I said that there's a twist that happens 20 minutes into it that like blew my mind, and I was just like,
There's a batshit crazy twist.
Yeah, insane.
I'm
It's all
like,
good.
are you fucking kidding me? That's all I'm gonna say.
It's great.
And it's fucked. Like you would not expect it.
I'm on an Evil Genius kick, so I need more.
It's
true
45
crime.
minutes.
It's-
It's like the easiest documentary ever.
Yeah.
I'll give it like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I get it
Solid,
pretty high.
solid documentary.
Oh,
It's
it's
45 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like an episode of like some
Evil
true crime
Genius.
show.
Yeah.
So like it's not. I can't really. It's not super deep, but just for the twist, the story alone is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so in.
4 to 5. The last one I watched was a little bit different. Newtown. It's about the Newtown like school shooting, which happened in Connecticut, where this like deranged kid like went and shot up like a first grader class and like killed like 6 teachers and like 20 first graders. Fucked. Really interesting documentary just about the aftermath and how all these different families of all these kids like dealt with the aftermath of like such a horrific thing, and it was really interesting.
There's a real mood shift right now.
Yeah.
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 I feel very scared.
I was just on a documentary trip and just watching what documentaries. I'm like, honestly, I was on Collider and they had an article that was like the best documentaries on Netflix right now.
Oh,
And I went to that article. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch a bunch of documentaries this week, and I picked some from the list. And like Long Shot was on there, Newtown was on there, and Wolfpack was on there. And I'm like, yeah, let's watch these. And but yeah, it was just really interesting to see this side. And this came out in 2016, so a couple years ago, and just a couple years removed of the shooting itself. And sort of it sort of went into how some of the parents became like activists against like gun violence, and they like petitioned the government to like add more like gun laws, and as you guys might know, they like denied the new gun laws, which is fucked.
It's not the time to talk
But-
about that.
It was this one was a little bit longer. It was like hour and a half, and I don't know. I just found it really interesting to see that side. You always just see the shootings and hear about this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another one this week in Texas.
Right.
Fucked.
There was?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
Just one every week in the States.
Almost like they should change that.
Gun
not
laws
even
are
kidding.
fine, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been one every week since Sandy Hook or something like that.
Yeah, but we have to build that wall though. That's the problem.
Get that wall.
Yeah, Stormy
Right, yeah.
Daniels. That's
Upper Political, new podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. From
yeah.
Canadians.
I really liked it. I'd give that a 4 to 5.
We
as
judge
well.
America.
It's a solid documentary. Again, it's not one of those documentaries. You're like just surfing. You're like, let's watch something fun. Like,
Oh
you're not
yeah.
you're not gonna turn on Newtown.
Like popping popcorn.
Let's throw in American History X. You know?
It was pretty devastating. I might have had like a single teardrop at one point.
There's some documentaries that do
It's
that too.
fucked. It's fucked because it's
Devastating.
real. It's not like this isn't like some
Hollywoodized
Fictitious.
docudrama style movie. It's like these are real people and real like shit. Like they lost their like, grade 1 kid. Devastating. But check it out on Netflix. Check out all 3 of those on Netflix. They're all pretty short, pretty accessible, especially Long Shot.
So good.
Yeah. Let's move on into our news topics. We got a bunch of trailers to talk about. Let's start off with Bohemian Rhapsody, starring Rami Malek. Queen. The Queen documentary.
Story. Somebody's entire life for this, folks.
Ty.
Yes.
What do you think of this?
I've been waiting for this movie for a very long time.
Yes.
A very long time.
You have?
I have. Just saw the trailer now for the first time.
Yes.
I'm just gonna relive how I watched
How
it.
you got to
How I got to this moment
right now.
Yeah. First of all, Rami Malek looks awesome. I was concerned because they had some other choices I thought looked better.
SBC.
Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen I thought would have done a good job. Ben Whishaw I think also would have done a good job.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was in the talks.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I thought he also would have been pretty good. But then I was like, no, this guy. I'm like, and then I saw the trailer and it was awesome. He just like perfectly embodies Freddie Mercury. At least from what they've shown us so far. Got to see some guy playing. I don't know who played Brian May.
Is that the blonde guy?
Yeah, like the big hair.
I don't know the actor, but it's the actor that played Angel in X-Men Apocalypse.
Brian Hardy, something like that.
Something like that.
Interesting. We have to see the drummer. I don't think we saw him. Roger Taylor. I don't think he showed up at all. But that'll be kind of fun. I'm hoping that they don't do what they were talking about, which is like some of the reasons why like some of the other actors to play Freddie backed off was because they want to do like half of this to be. The first half will be about the band, and then halfway through Freddie Mercury dies, and then that second half is like what happened with Queen like afterwards. To me, I don't care. Like what happened afterwards. Queen died when Freddie died. Like you can tour with Adam Lambert all you want, but like really no one gives a shit after that.
You want to see a Freddie Mercury?
I want to see it. Yeah,
not a Queen movie.
Exactly. Like I want to see them all together. I want to see all of Queen. But if you take Freddie out of that, that's not Queen. That's
The synopsis on IMDb says it's the years leading up to the Live Aid concert.
Oh, okay, that's good then. Okay, I'm excited. That Live Aid was like.
There is some controversy I heard.
That's very interesting because when I watched the trailer, I'm like, oh, like they're not going to touch on the fact that he's like gay or anything.
Yeah, they didn't mention it at all.
Or the whole HIV.
That's what I was just about to say.
Like I don't understand.
It was Brian Fuller, creator of Hannibal and stuff.
Okay.
Like roasted the trailer for like not showing anything remotely related to like
his
sexuality or like
which was such a huge
HIV,
part of
yeah.
who he was.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure the movie will probably delve into it.
yeah.
But
most
do you think so?
gay man
It has to.
Possibly.
Because to me, this seems like a Queen documentary like movie.
Yeah.
Like straight out of Compton for white people.
Like not specifically about
Yes.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
He just happens to be in it. Like I don't know. It just the focus wasn't on him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, he was in lots of shots, but just felt like more like
it was all
Queen.
Queen.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm very in. Very in.
What do you guys think, Tim?
I think the movie looks fine, like stylistically and stuff.
That
It could be a little bit choppy because we have two different directors doing it.
Yeah, did you know that?
Ooh.
But I think Rami looks great. I think he looks like him. He doesn't sound like him a whole lot, but that's fine.
Yeah.
As long as he captures the mannerisms. He looks a lot more like him later in life when he has the mustache and the short hair.
Yeah.
The long hair is like clearly a wig and doesn't look great.
The teeth are pretty.
The teeth are just...
Yeah, there's something weird about his face. I don't know. It just looks
well,
bizarre.
that's accurate though.
Yeah, Freddie's teeth like stuck out and all.
Yeah, they were bigger. Like he had bigger teeth and they stuck outwards.
Maybe it's because I'm thinking of Rami Malek's face. And I'm like, you don't quite. You look kind of weird. There's something off with
even
Rami
the
Malek's
wig,
face.
like with the longer hair, like Freddie's hair looked a little weird when it was longer. Like it looked like it wasn't like.
I think that's what Scott's saying, like, because I know what he looks like Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Without the like Freddie Mercury makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just jarring
to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he looks like you said with the mustache. Looks great. I thought.
Yeah.
I think the movie looks good. I'll jump in. Looks very good. I loved like.
Looks very good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it looks great. I I mean, if they gloss over sexuality, that's pretty weird. I don't understand that. Like I've said to you, like you're like muting the most iconic gay man maybe of all time, arguably. And that's insane.
I then rebutted you last night by saying, "Oh,
Elton John.
Yeah. What about Elton John?"
I don't know.
That's
That's
true.
That's argument. Who's
Ooh,
two of the goats?
we can dive into that argument.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I don't know. I thought it looked really good. I thought it looked as good as Straight Outta Compton looked, and I like Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
Am I insane?
No, I'm totally agreeing with you.
Personally, I think it looks okay. I feel like they're like using the music
to make it look more interesting.
To like make it look super hype.
I'm glamour.
And like really pull people into it. Like, oh yeah, this is the band that did that song from Wayne's World. And like that like We Will Rock You song that I hear at the hockey game all the time.
Well, they've been using Queen songs in movies for forever. It would only make sense that they use them in their own trailer.
I know, but at the same time, now it seems like a cliche, like cheap thing, like using Bohemian Rhapsody, to like sell your trailer.
But they also showed the song being made in the trailer.
I know, but still,
like with them making it.
And I understand that. At the same time, I'm like, okay, this song is hype. Like I'm getting a little bit hype. At the same time, I'm like, wait, this is like this. It feels cheap. Like it feels like unearned or something.
How dare you?
If you're gonna sell a Queen movie with a trailer, you're gonna show them making.
I know.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, I know, but it's still like. I don't know. It's just.
I don't know either,
Scott. Nose, lazy.
Yeah.
I don't agree with you.
I see what you're saying.
I don't think it looks bad or anything. It's just one thing that just kind of. I was like,
some low hanging.
Little bit like. Yeah, definitely low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Rami Malek looks great. I think the movie's gonna be like fine. I don't know.
Just.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. Solid. Like
they've been planning it for 10 years, so it better be fantastic.
I like that. I think it looks better than the director controversy, behind the scenes mishaps.
You can polish it there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, true. I will say it's probably just a really well cut trailer. I love the mix of what did they do? We Will Rock You into Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. Like the remix of the music.
Yeah.
That's pretty
all that. But then it's like.
You're not going to see that
that's
in
a
the
trick.
Movie. Yeah.
That's like not the movie. That's a song.
The one thing you don't really get a sense of what the movie's like about.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of shots of them just like being rock stars and like singing and making music, and you're like, okay, what's the like conflict? Like, is there a conflict? I don't know.
6 minutes long.
Well,
I don't want to like always keep shitting on it or something.
Well,
I think it looks okay.
Their music was very different from everything else that was coming out at that time. Like they had to pretty much sell themselves.
Still different.
Yeah, it's still very different. Like and like it was just so original. So like for them to kind of
it was.
So,
I didn't get that. From
let me get can I get to my point before you shit on my point as well? Here you have.
I'm not shitting on you. This is very insightful.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
I'm not.
I can't tell. So like it was just so different from everything else. So they had pretty much had to sell themselves to all these producers, to all these record labels, and like the conflict of him being gay as well didn't help them at all. So that was a huge thing for them.
That sounds like a good like catalyst for like a movie. If only I saw that.
I can't tell.
If only I saw that in the trailer, right? I didn't see that what you described, which sounds great.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Is there any
from watching the
sign
trailer.
of like his sexuality in the movie?
No.
I mean, in the trailer, like at all.
No.
I mean, he sort of gives the camera a little wink at one time, a nice little wry.
I do that once a week.
Wry smile, like kind of got me going there for a sec. But
question quickly: is Rami singing in this, or are they just?
I certainly hope not.
Dubbing. I assume they're just dubbing the voice, right?
Question.
I don't know.
He can't possibly.
Just weird.
If it was Sacha Baron Cohen, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think I've heard this guy sing.
That's gonna be weird.
Like,
he can't.
Please
His
dub
voice
over.
Is too epic.
I feel like he is singing. Yeah.
He can't. Just dub over like live
weird.
Freddie. Like
I feel like I read some article where he was like working with a vocal coach and stuff, and like working on the singing.
oh
It's gonna be interesting if
no.
that happens.
I mean, what if he's good? I don't
It's
know.
gonna be shit. But yeah, he's gonna be able
So
to.
He's
I'm
gonna be
working
as
with
good as
vocal
Freddie
coach
Mercury.
too.
Yeah, what if he's
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury? Like,
Yeah.
what if he's
I
better
never
than
thought
Freddie?
of that. What if he is Freddie Mercury?
Yeah.
This, you guys are shit.
Let's move on.
Oh my god.
I'm in.
The Happytime Murders from the creator, from the son of Jim Henson.
Yeah.
I guess the story is there's like a serial killer that's killing these little Muppets.
Yep.
And Melissa McCarthy is a detective.
Yes.
And she's trying to find the murderer.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, what do you think of this?
I can't tell if I liked it or not. I think it's one of those movies where, like, since it's such a bizarre, jarring, like, of the Muppets with like hardcore violence and sex and stuff.
Yeah.
I think a lot of jokes are just gonna be like really cheap jokes that like don't work. Like the joke at
the
the
end.
It
works though. It works.
Like the joke at the end.
Honestly, it works though.
I chuckled, but then I hated myself for chuckling at it because it's just so stupid and easy. Because it's like just spray. It's like spray string that they're using that like kids would play with, like
silly string.
Yeah, it's silly string, which is just so. Like I hate
so
that.
Ridiculous.
I hate that I laughed at it because it's like it's so cheap and easy.
It just goes off again. Like that was funny.
It's not, honestly, it shouldn't be funny, but for some reason I chuckled.
Just the way it was shot, like it was just whoever did like the voicing for that was just fucking awesome.
But it's interesting.
2018.
It is interesting.
This is what
I do like the shots of like the puppets getting like killed because it's
murdered.
just like
when
you see like foam,
what the
foam and cotton.
That was good.
For me, the best part was the opening shot where it just kind of like it changes from like this happy like Muppet world and then to like this grungy like dirty Muppet like soliciting a blowjob.
Cents.
For 50 cents, I'll suck your dick.
Just slaps your childhood in the face. Like,
yeah, but it's just like you said. It's cheap. Yeah. It's like too easy. It's like, okay, what's the most jarring thing you could show? A Muppet, like a Muppet prostitute.
Yeah.
Like a dirty, nasty, rotten cotton Muppet.
I think they said rotten cotton.
They did.
They did say rotten cotton.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But yet, it's hilarious because it's so... To me, it's just so bizarre.
Yeah.
So different.
I think it could be
Team
good.
America.
I think it could be very, very good.
Yeah, it definitely looks like.
What do you think, Adam?
It looks like the new Team America. I think.
Yeah.
It's I don't. It's either the worst thing I've ever seen or the best thing I've ever seen. I can't tell. I'm still very confused by all of this. Yeah. I love the balls and ambition. Like I couldn't believe.
It's like Sausage Party kind of.
I love that's actually like Brian Henson doing it.
That's
like he directed Muppet Treasure Island and Muppet Christmas Carol.
That's how they got the talent, the artists to make all those puppets, obviously, right?
Yeah.
It's the Henson crew people. Yeah.
I love the idea to have the balls to do something this crazy. And I also love the opportunity for parents to take their kids that don't see the Red Band trailer and don't know it's rated R. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of
Hopefully because it says murder in the title that they get the picture there. But
you know what's going to happen.
Someone's going to take the 3-year-old to see it.
Grandma's going to be taking their grandsons.
It's like Sausage Party though, right?
Yeah.
Like people bring their kids to Sausage Party? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. I think they must right? People are fucked.
Are we going to get a Muppet orgy?
Well, let's hope so.
Probably, yeah.
Ty, what do you think?
There's going to be a brothel in this movie. 100%.
I'm in. This looks
like something you could have cooked up in your mind if you were.
What if Muppets were fucked?
This was Tyler's dream.
What if Muppets were like me?
Yeah, did you dream this? Yeah.
I ghost directed this.
What if Muppets were more like me?
Yeah.
Is that De Niro, by the way? The blue Muppet?
No,
it's not De Niro.
No.
I feel like it's some generic voice.
I'll say what you say that like he wouldn't do this. He just did Dirty Grandpa.
I assume he'd be like
he wouldn't do this.
Like Will Arnett or something, but it's not.
He'd do it.
He would definitely do this. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see this.
Yeah.
I want to see like Brian Henson. I want to see him take what he's done and then just like shit all over it.
Just destroys.
Dad's legacy.
Yeah, like
Man.
Dad, look what I've done. I fucked up everything. I'm looking forward. It looks very funny.
Cool. Let's move on. We got a little Spike Lee film. Spike Lee's back, as some people have been saying. Black Klansman trailer, which has been doing great at Cannes Film Festival. Cannes. At Cannes Film Festival.
Cannes. Michael Caine.
The story of this black cop who infiltrated the KKK somehow. True story.
It's a true story?
Oh yeah.
True story.
Sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like David Duke? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like this, it actually happened.
David Duke. Is that his name?
Is it David Duke?
I don't know.
The high wizard, whatever his name is, of the
Grand Wizard.
Yeah.
From that 70s show.
Yeah.
With a mustache.
Yeah.
Real person.
Very fitting
David
for
Duke.
some reason.
Well, no, I guess Americans probably know him more. Yeah. But I'm gonna start off. I think this looks pretty good. It's always hard to tell with some of these trailers. I feel like I don't know. It's hard to get a good sense of it, but I do think it looks great. I do generally like Spike Lee movies, but they're hit and miss. Like I watched Chirac last year, not good.
Oh, Old Boy remake.
Didn't see it.
That war movie that he did a few years ago, Fur's not great either. Statue thing.
Yeah. What's his last good movie?
He hasn't done a good movie.
Inside Man?
Inside Man, probably.
Really?
Yeah, which is like what, 15 years?
Oh my god! Really?
Oh,
I'm so old.
He's been watching too many Knicks games.
I saw it in theaters.
I don't know. It looks good. You know, this is the first time we've seen. I don't know his name. Denzel's son.
Denzel Jr.
No.
DJ.
Damn it!
Look it up.
Like,
it's the Washington Connection. It's his first good movie since his last movie with Denzel.
What has he done?
Denzel's son?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
He's done big role.
I think he's been in movies. Cause I remember when it was announced. I was like, "What? He has a son?"
But Adam Driver, I love Adam Driver.
Love Adam Driver.
So I think he's going to be fantastic.
John David
Washington. JD.
Washington.
I said DJ, very close.
But yeah, it's just a kind of a crazy premise.
Insane.
Like, kind of like so crazy it just might be real. But yeah, count me in, especially because of the praise it's gotten. From the trailer, I might have been like, nah, it looks okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Could be hit or miss, but people are loving it, so count me in. What do you think, Adam?
I totally agree with you. Looks hilarious. Looks good. I mean, I'd like to know what I would have thought before I heard the praise from Con. Like,
that's what I mean. Like, it's weird. It's sort of
interesting.
Changes literally.
Because I already know that people love it.
I have one grand jury prize that's pretty huge because it was all the guest jurors. So these are all like these big time directors. I don't know if you know.
Nope.
But yeah, I can't remember who's there. Yeah, it's like big actors and big directors. So Denis was right.
Denis.
Ooh, Denis loved it. I love it. Insta 5.
I don't know if Denis loved it.
How's it come out? Rated 5.
5. Don't care. Yeah, Denzel's son.
He deeply loved it. Then
looks and talks exactly like him.
I couldn't believe.
Like, sounds like Denzel.
I was like, what the fuck?
When he first came up, I was just like, okay, that's not Denzel.
Is that Denzel?
It can't be Denzel because I want to see this. That can't be. No.
This is Equalizer 3. Adam Driver looks great. Yeah, I'm all in. All in.
What are your thoughts?
I am very in.
You're very in?
I'm very in.
Oh.
You say, are you Aryan?
No. No.
Okay.
They said you were very
no, I'm in. This looks like very bizarre. I'm somewhat in.
Like a Denzel movie without Denzel.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm hyped.
Close to Denzel, but
yeah.
Denzel.
It looks like it's gonna be like that style of humor where it's just like
biting.
Yeah.
Like satirical, like
and I'm very excited.
It's funny, but ooh,
it shouldn't be funny,
that
but it is.
Driver turnaround is amazing when he does the first phone call.
I hate the Jews and just love that.
Just everyone. He hates everyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but especially the Jew part though. That was funny.
Hit home.
Right here. Yeah, but it kind of reminds me of that one. What was the movie we talked about before when he's like doing a white voice and he's like ordering like.
Sorry to bother you.
Yes, yeah. Like it reminded me like a lot of that, like just that, like that part of that, and it looks really funny.
A black guy on a phone.
But he made it sound like he was white though. Whatever. I'm very in. It looks very funny.
It's so derivative.
Yeah.
I've seen it before.
It's very original.
Tim, thoughts?
I'm in too. I think it looks good. I've only seen like 2 or 3 Spike Lee movies, so I was just looking at his filmography.
I think I've seen too.
Yeah, I haven't seen one since Inside Man, and I saw 25th Hour, which was like a 98, 99 movie. That's all I've seen.
I don't even know what that is.
25th Hour with Edward Norton.
That's Spike Lee.
Spike Lee, yeah. Spike Lee movie.
Are you sure?
Positive, yes.
Are you sure?
Your second best crime movie of all time, 25th Hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I'm in. Looks good. It reminds me of another movie, but I can't figure out what movie it reminds me of.
I know. I'm trying to think.
Like,
just like a Tarantino look or something.
There's something about him like this looks super familiar, but
It's like Sorry to Bother You mixed with like
3 Billboards or something.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like the aesthetics of 3 Billboards.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm in though. Looks good.
Well, last trailer we're going to talk about is the house that Jack built from Lars von Trier, also played at Cannes. Tim, as someone who's not seen any von Trier movies,
Yes.
Perfect.
what are your thoughts of this trailer?
I'm ashamed I haven't seen any of his movies. You think I would have at some point?
we're all
You're a
disappointed.
freak.
in
You are a sick fuck.
I'm a
Yeah.
sick fuck. I'm fucked up.
I've not seen a single Spike Lee
Sadistic.
movie.
This movie looks very interesting.
It's the story of a serial killer.
Matt Dillon plays a serial
played by
killer.
Matt Dillon.
Um,
And the premise, I guess, is he's doing sort of an interview, I guess, with Bruno Ganz, who, if you guys might know, played Hitler in Downfall.
yes.
There's one shot of him.
Respect.
And he's sort of like reliving and going back through 5 of his most important
I didn't
murders,
know that was
murders to him.
Okay, so
That's-
it's like
that's
a
the
framing
premise.
device.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm
I
in.
didn't know that.
That's even more
And
interesting.
so it could be like unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Narrator kind of thing.
Interesting.
But-
Interesting.
5.
Yeah.
His 5 most
Side bang?
important
Yeah.
That's what
kills to
it was.
him.
Yeah.
But
Someone just
the
dropped
killers
5?
can kill more than 5 times. But your thoughts?
Looks good. Yeah.
You're in.
I think it's gonna be like one of those weird,
Bold.
like,
Violence against
Hot
women.
take.
It looks pretty
yeah,
good.
it's
It
gonna be
looks
one of those movies
good.
where like
Relatable.
I'm probably gonna like it, but
Afraid
it's gonna be like
But
I
the
can't
Me-
recommend
Me
it to
Too movement
people,
is gonna be
or
strong.
it's just kind of like,
Man, Tim's
Watch at your
fucking
own
weird.
risk.
That's the movie he got me to watch.
but it's good.
It's like Antichrist. Or
Yeah.
like,
This is the movie that I'll say I like, and my cousins will like gang beat me.
this
They'll
is
be like,
so dumb.
"What the fuck is wrong with this?"
You're
guy?"
into this shit?
Yeah,
This
movie?
it's the type of like, or like, do you like that movie? And it's like, wow, okay, so I thought that movie was well made and good, but how do I say I loved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like Antichrist or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's did disturbing stuff well. It's a well-made, disturbing movie.
Yeah.
This is one movie that I feel like for Lars von Trier, like
LVT.
it's about a serial killer.
Final time.
I feel like, you know, the other subject matters, you know, like Nymphomaniac, for example, not as accessible to the average person, right? Even Antichrist, weird shit, really weird shit, but not necessarily as accessible per se as like a serial killer, which sounds bizarre to say, but I feel like it's a little bit more pervasive, like in
You're right.
society.
Yeah.
Like, people are more like,
There's literally TV shows where like,
yeah, there's so many TV shows
Dexter.
about serial
Yeah.
killers,
Sure.
and just sort of that whole culture of that like cult.
This is his most
of serial
main.
killers.
This is his most mainstream movie, I guess.
I guess,
Besides maybe Melancholia.
which is also fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just find this might be one of his movies that actually becomes a little bit more, I don't know, relevant.
Like American Psycho.
Yeah, I got an American Psycho vibe, especially when he's like smiling with like blood on his face.
Yeah.
Super Christian Bale
Super
vibes.
weird.
I will say I think it looks great, which is that weird to say?
Very weird to say.
Very weird to say.
Very weird to say.
Scott, you're fucked up, man.
Dude,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I like Von Trier's movies.
That's weird.
I don't know.
I like Nymphomaniac. I thought it was pretty good, both parts. Yeah.
I especially like it. I'm more interested in seeing it
Am I
now
gonna go to jail for something?
Yes.
after hearing about
You can't
Gaspar
say that
Noé's
shit. This hits the internet.
response to it.
Gaspar, yes.
Gaspar, yes.
Loved it.
He was like cackling in the theater, like screaming, laughing,
Like raucous, like like ribbing people. This is great, right? And people are like leaving. Have you
are
heard
like-
the other reactions? Like people mass walkouts and like boycotts and like boos and like.
Cause it's like violence against women. It's a bad
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It's a really
Considering?
yeah.
That's a bit awkward.
And there's like a women's like march and stuff at Cannes Film Festival and stuff, and like
Really?
people were like, yeah, basically,
Wow.
and
Because hasn't there
And
only
then
ever been
displayed.
like one female directed or one female nominated for like a director?
like this
Award
year,
for-
there's been like nothing.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
like all the
stuff.
women like got together and they did their a little like walk thing and supported the like Me Too movement and stuff like that. But and also I think Lars von Trier and his like production company have been accused of like abusing people in the past. I feel like people have like
Bad
of like
timing
harassment and stuff.
Bad timing liars.
I don't know. It's bad.
What is the beef with Winning Refn? Have you guys followed that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I don't know if is that still real now. Is that years ago?
I think it's still real. I think it was current.
Really?
They're like publicly trashing each other since like the last time either one was at con. I guess for Nymphomaniac or something. Like Lars von Trier tried to sleep with Winning Refn's wife. He's like claiming, and
Right.
they're like calling each other idiots and like stuff like that. Oh,
Ridiculous. What do you guys think? Would they get you guys opinion?
I still can't figure out if that's Billy Crudup or not.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I thought Matt Dillon was dead, to be honest with you. That whole thing going on in my mind aside, this looks fucked up.
He's alive?
Yeah, see, that was the first catch. He's still alive?
It's been a while.
I haven't seen
Starring
him
Matt
since...
Dillon. What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
that's a good point.
Bizarre.
How old is this?
I think he looks great though.
He looks like he's.
I think he's killing it.
See, it's
And
weird to
he's
say
killing it,
that
literally.
when seeing like him in this. I think he looks great. He's literally covered in blood, smiling like a psycho, stabbing
He
women.
looks great.
He looks good.
He's
bashing
doing
him
well.
with Thurman's head in with like a monkey wrench or something.
Yeah, it was like a
Fire
prank
extinguisher or
for
something?
Yeah.
fucked.
But you're in.
I think
I'm in.
I don't like.
Adam, have you given your thoughts there, bud?
Yeah, I'm in.
You're in.
I love it. I love everything about it.
It's also fucked up.
So,
No, I think it could just be torture porn
Gaspar,
and
yes.
like shock for the sake of shock.
That's what. Yeah. See, like I'm watching this. I'm like, I don't
Agreed.
know if I like this or not. Like, I feel like I'm gonna have to, like, no matter what, I'm gonna have to see it in
I
order
was
to
just saying, I
actually
have to
know.
see it.
would you say that for like a trailer of like American Psycho though?
Yes, I probably
Like,
would
is
have.
this just
Yeah.
like torture porn? Like, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
True.
just
It's-
violence for the sake of violence?
We never know.
But-
Like, I don't know. But I've seen all these headlines saying, like, he went too far, like, this is fucked up. And I'm like, oh, I need to see.
You have no idea.
Morbid curiosity.
See, I hate when stuff is too vanilla, it's too plain, it's too like generic, and
So does Lars.
when people are like, you know, it has to be PC and like safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when
Well-
directors go and do fucking weird shit.
I also like the other extreme of that though, where like it's like again shock for the sake of shock, like just like fuck. Remember when he did
Yeah, that's
that?
when it turns into like a
Oh.
B movie, right?
Yeah.
When it's just like gratuitous. But
Has he made any movies?
sorry?
Would you consider his movies to be?
Oh, they're
A
not
movies?
B
They're not B
movies.
movies now.
B movies is like fucking Sharknado.
The B movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just appreciate when directors do crazy shit, regardless of whether or not it works or not. At least they're trying weird shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I like the ambition, the balls.
We'll have to see.
Could be good.
I think that'll do it for episode 144 of the Upper Late Podcast. Tim, where can people find us?
People can find us on Twitter at UpRealLate. You can find me personally on Letterboxd at UpRealTim and on Instagram at TheCraftPundit.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Up Real Late Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at Up Real Tie.
You can find me on Twitter at Franny25 and Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
You can find myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And yeah, guys, if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it. Leave a comment below in the comment section. And, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, keep it real.